Ooh, how's it, folks? Welcome back to the channel, or just plain old welcome back if this is your first visit. Stacking gold and silver, past, present, and future. What's your plan? Well, today I'm going to share with you my precious metal stacking journey and plans, and where I'm taking it in the future, and I'm going to share with you my #1 strategy going forward. Backstory, past, around in the late 90s, 98-ish. I was pretty comfortable in my new position at a different golf course, and been having a for a while, maybe, I don't know, on and off for a couple of years or so. I had a buddy that his dad was a coin collector, he was a coin collector, and started getting, I don't know if they called it stacking back then, but he started getting into bullion, and so he kept, but for the longest time he was trying to get me involved, and in particularly he was trying to peddle this coin off to me. It's a 1897 double eagle, he called it, and he was trying to convince me that it was worth $400, and I think melt price looking back was probably between $300 and $400. It's not quite a full ounce of gold, and that's based on bullion prices, but he was talking about the numismatic terms and stuff like that, and he wanted money, and I didn't want to part with any money, and eventually I don't know why, he had a bunch of stuff like this, mostly stuff like this and this, and he had a bunch of junk. But because he showed me, I don't know if he showed me his whole collection, but we were high school friends, known him since the 7th grade. Played sports and partied with him, but so eventually I traded. This is my first gold, non-jewelry piece of gold in my life. I traded a complete set of Callaway Big Bertha irons, and I think at least a driver and a 3-wood Big Bertha, great Big Bertha, I think, and a fancy staff bag that I had to acetone my name off of because it was free to me. So I really got nothing in this, but this started it. This got me, and then the more I played, it wasn't in a fancy holder like this. It was in, I think, like a plastic, I don't know what you guys call them, flips. Yeah, I got one somewhere. Oh, like that. And I don't remember. I haven't fondled it much, but it's, it's pretty neat. I have no idea what it's worth today. I could guess it might be somewhere north of 2,000, I would bet. But I've never thought any of this and stuff as far as currency is involved, the United States dollar, except when I was buying them or headed out to try to buy something. But this started it, and then not too long after that, I did end up getting some of these from him through, I think a Remington 870 Express, Magnum, some decoys, maybe some camo gear. This is a cute little thing. Now there was some stuff he wouldn't part with, not even for real cash. He had a set of, I think they were JFK's anniversary set, just gorgeous. I didn't know what reverse proof and stuff that really meant, but I just knew it was just pretty stuff. But anyhow, and then eventually I just started going, he introduced me to a coin shop guy, then I found another coin shop guy, then I found a couple others. They were all at least a half-hour away, so when I showed up with money burning a hole in my pocket, my goal was to leave without any money burning a hole in my pocket. So I started, buying what I could, as close to whatever I could pay for something like this or that. These tents were a little bit more, I think, per ounce, but I always thought it was because of construction costs, manufacturing costs. But yeah, so spent the next few years. Price was still hanging in there. I didn't really notice much of a change when I'd show up. I was still able to pretty much take home the weight that I anticipated with the amount of money that I had at the time. And then all of a sudden, the price started going up, kind of creeping up, and then rapidly going up. And then I think once it hit I don't know, maybe 600 an ounce or something like that. I started probably around 2004 or 5. I can only remember because I base my memory off of other current events, and at that time I was taking 24/7 caregiver for my dad, trying to figure out how to work hunting and earning some kind of living from home. I did that through antique furniture and collectibles, and that's when I discovered eBay, and then eventually that led me to discover coins on eBay, and then I'll fast forward 2011, I was getting my wife ready to retire, and I decided to sell off a bunch of junky scrap gold, and class ring, my PGA ring, varsity award ring, broken chains, things like that, which we're about ready to do again here with some Hawaiian jewelry, but convert it to some real gold. Not that that's not real gold. There's a Daniel Carr thingy. Anyhow, so I just kept buying, going, showing up, buying, and boom, time flies, and all of a sudden I get word from my wife, who's on vacation in Hawaii, calls me and tells me she's not coming home back to the mainland because her parents need so much help, and she's going to stay. And then my family convinced me my place is with my wife, so I didn't know what to do, so I decided to just sell everything we owned, including the house, which I didn't. I'm renting it right now to some people that want to buy it, but I had to bring it out of the 1970s, so I was just spent a lot of time getting ready, and boom, finally, right before late 16, I came in under budget. I always try to highball expenses, so I have a bonus at the end, and this was my last purchase in North America, 10th ounce gold eagles. I don't even know what year they are. I took a couple friends that I had been talking to, been giving them some survival gear, couple water filters, one each, and then talked to them about their future and preserving their wealth. One was a recent widow, and the other guy was just a single guy, my age. And so I got these. I got 10 of these, $1,300. Same thing, same price that they paid for their 1 ounce. Plus, I got some silver too. So that hurt, but it was I felt like it was free money. It was money I had budgeted to spend on, drywall or shut-off valves or patch and siding, all kinds, appliances that weren't avocado green or harvest gold in color. Apparently those aren't popular. So that was it. And so boom, I'm in Hawaii. Got no contacts, no nothing. Had a job lined up already. Just tried to recoup all that money I spent to remodel and renovate and the moving process. Priority mail shipping, which was I think half as cheap back in 2017, 16, late 16, early 17 than it is now. It's really gone up. But so now, where are we now? Ouch! Now we're in the present. About 3 months ago, I discovered the stacking community on YouTube, and I've learned a lot from all of you. So then I decided I'm going to start this. I had to get over the sticker shock. I knew there was nothing I could do to change it. So instead of $5 or $6 or $7 an ounce for an eagle, you're talking high 20s, 30s, crazy. And gold, oh my gosh, crazy expensive. Not too much more expensive than $1,300 an ounce, but definitely more. I don't know. I don't keep track of that stuff. But so I listen to people like Louie and Silver this and something Silver and lots of smart people that are way more versed, or were. I've caught up, I think. The learning curve wasn't that tough. I did have a head start, knowing a little bit about gold and silver, and mostly the most important thing is why. Why would I want it? Why would anybody want it? I had that figured out a long time ago. But so I have picked up. I picked up a quarter. Well, my first purchase in over 8 years since I got these, which were a long time between stuff like this. bits and pieces. I'd pick up fancy stuff and just, sets where you get a 1 ounce gold and a 1 ounce silver Eagle anniversary set stuff. Again, I didn't feel any premium pain. I really didn't. It was kind of like stuff, especially those gold 1/2 ounce gold 24 karat gold American President spouse coin set or series. Ugliest. Nobody liked them. Man, I just felt like that was the best deal. I think I ended up buying everything. There was 2 stores that had them. One guy had a bulk, but so now I'm in the present. So I got about 80. I discovered I had a goal that I didn't complete on putting together a monster box the hard way by a tube or a single or a 5 or 10 at a time. Took a long time. It was kind of fun when I was doing it, but then I forgot about it. They were buried. I had to unbury them to figure out, that's right, I'm short. I never did fill this thing up. And so I got the last 80 through Costco deal. I learned from Louie and other people. I forget what that was. It was a lot. It was a lot, like $600 for a tube, something like that. With my 4% cash back, whatever's. But and so I got those first, and then I before I bought a sheet of 25 Pamp 1 gram bars. I think that was a little over $90 a gram, which seems like a lot. It is a lot, but I think it's more now, and that hasn't been but a couple weeks or so. But before then, I found a pawn shop. Thinking of a video idea, and curiosity got my cat, and stumbled across a 1/4 ounce Gold Eagle, which, it was high. I forget, I don't know, $677 or something like that. Out the door, no tax, because it was considered secondhand goods, and I had it in my hands home before the perforated 25 gram Pamp bars, assay bars showed up. I'm not going to unattach those unless I absolutely have to someday. It was mostly a weight plus novelty. I thought I did a video of it, but I didn't, so I'm gonna have to write that down, because they're cool. But some people think they're silly. Some people think fractional anything is silly. To me, fractional silver like this. I think I have 4 pre-65 dimes, and I think they're all right here in front of me. I want to get. Okay, so past, present, done with the present. So yeah, I've bought a little bit here and there at these crazy high prices, and now I'm planning for the future. On a monthly scheduled, pre-budgeted amount. I had some bonus money come in, so that's why I bought those 80 Eagles, just to not put it in the bank and not have to go buy another mattress to start stuffing, but or dig another hole. But so future. Here we are in the future. I'm going to a coin show on November 10th. I'm combining my October and November budgets together. I might have said that already. I'm going to go there, and I'm going to, with a pretty decent pocket full of folding money, and I hope to leave with none of it. And in place, I want to get maybe a couple tubes of dimes like this. Doesn't have to be a winged Liberty, aka Mercury, although anything that looks close to that. But I'd also settle for this kind of condition too. Kind of dirty, nothing special, but not super worn. So maybe I only have 3 dimes to my name. I got some 10th ounce rounds from Golden State Mint. I got quarters and $half and a few of these Morgan, almost all my constitutional junk silver. I think it's all hand-me-down stuff. Those are halves, quarters, and something else probably. I'm not concerned about quarters as much as I am dimes. I mean, it's 10 of them is the same as an ounce, or 14 of them is the same as an ounce. And, I'm not worried about people not being able to figure out the difference between a pre-65 Roosevelt dime and a clad dime. And if, quite frankly, if they can't figure it out really quickly, I have no business being in front of them. And I'm not worried about you could trade your silver for a loaf of bread. No, thank you. Stacking food and supplies is still more important to me. Yeah, I'm in a good position to say that, but even when I didn't, even before I had this, I had food stores. I was still working on my preps, but I learned from life experiences, don't want to get caught with no food in the house during a blizzard, no power for 10 days, 2 years in a row. No, I learned the lesson in 77, and it helped me in 78. It didn't save my life, but it helped. It made things a lot more comfortable, a lot more easier. So yeah, that's my future. And unique. I mean, I don't know. I've never been to a coin show, so I'm going to find out. Hopefully, I forgot the election day is I think on the 5th or something like that. So maybe that coin show will happen. Maybe it won't. The future is kind of gray, murky, fuzzy. I'm not a doom and gloomer. I'm a realist, though, and I'm prepared for. My preps prepare me for whatever you want: economical, environmental, weather phenomenon, even super drastic stuff like riots in the streets, political upheaval, civil this, SHT that. Preps apply to almost every incident. Now, yeah, Second Amendment type stuff would come in handy, but I'm in Hawaii. I mean, it's not like the United States, even though it's supposedly part of it, but not the Second Amendment part. But I have plans. I have plans to remedy that. Probably nothing I want to discuss with anybody. But so thanks for getting this far. So my strategy moving forward that I told you I was going to get to, and hopefully you stayed for these 17 minutes to find out, because this is it. My number one strategy moving forward is to buy what I can, when I can, while I can, without paying too much, and not neglecting, other priorities and obligations. Thanks for getting this far. I wish you the very best. Keep on stacking, and in the meantime, all right then.